Okay, so now that you understand that you are energy and it's important to manage your energy, we need to know where to start. I find it really helpful to imagine your energy as a flowing river. And when it's a beautiful day and everything is flowing smoothly, everything feels great, and we feel great, the river looks great, life is wonderful. And that's in alignment with our soul. We are just really being present with the awesomeness of life and feeling our way through by following our bliss. Now, on the days where things get a bit rough, maybe there's a storm, or maybe there's lots of trees that have fallen into the river, or maybe there's heaps of rocks in a particular area, all this is causing a disturbance to the flow of your energy, your bliss. And therefore, we need to dig out the debris from your river so that the stream can flow again. Now, of course, there's always going to be things like a storm, like chaos in the world, that we need to be able to manage ourselves and ride the wave. And that's okay, because that's life. And when we have these ups and downs, we appreciate the opposite end of the scale. When we have highs, we appreciate that it's not always like that, because we've obviously had times that are low. Now, when we have this analogy of the river, that's easy. But what many people do, you're either one of these two people. You're either jumping in the speedboat and trying to race down the river as fast as you can to get to the other side, and then you get there a little bit too soon. You've missed all the experiences along the way that were there to teach you things. Or you're actually trying to back paddle and go upstream against the flow of who you naturally are. Both of these experiences cause suffering. They cause us struggle. They cause us to wonder why it's not going the way we want it, because both options, in the speedboat and going upstream, are our conscious mind, our human mind, trying to force something to happen based on our human conditioning, our wants and our needs, not based on our true heart desires. Because when we're tapped into the soul's essence, to your heart energy, you naturally flow with that beautiful river. Now, of course, things are going to happen, like the tree falling in or coming up against rocks. But when you're flowing, you have the tools to move those out of the way, or at least feel okay during those tumultuous times, knowing that this too shall pass. Now, the big question: how do you know what your rocks and trees are in your life? Well, there's a few different ways that you can understand this. First of all, if you are having continuous negativity happen in your external world that's affecting you, similar patterns, this is life mirroring to you what's going on the inside of you. So you have to look at the greater picture of this scenario and ask yourself, is this situation in fact a reflection of my inner self? So if you are having people that are blaming you for everything, and you're getting in trouble all the time for things that weren't actually your fault, well, are you blaming yourself for not being perfect or not doing things right? Is the inner critic constantly aggravating you? Or maybe you're attracting unavailable people as your partners. And is this a mirror to saying that you don't think you're worthy of somebody who is fully present and available for a loving relationship? There's millions of situations that this could be reflecting. But when we can understand who is the person that would allow this to happen, we can then go deeper into our own experience and unwrap where that began and transform that old thought, that old story, that old memory. Another way that you can understand what's going on in your subconscious is simply by feeling into your physical ailments. Your body is talking to you all the time. If you're constantly getting sore throats, for example, often it's a lack of ability to express yourself. And this gives us a sign that maybe we need to shift our communication style or boost our confidence so that we can speak our truth, or something to that nature. That's just an example. It's different to every individual. Likewise, maybe your leg or your foot or something to do with one of your limbs. What do you use your limbs for? Moving forward in life, or reaching for things, when we can take that into more of a metaphysical concept and take the story into how that relates to your life, often people are holding themselves back with limiting beliefs, not feeling the courage to move forward in life. So it is quite broad, but once you get the hang of it, you can really tune into what your body is trying to tell you. Other ways are things that you constantly repeat, patterns that you've never quite been able to overcome. Maybe you've got weight issues, maybe you're always broke, maybe you're unlucky in love, maybe you don't think you're lovable, maybe you have a feeling that you're not enough. These are things that tell you that there's a story in the subconscious that may need to be reset, reprogrammed. And the list goes on. So once you get an understanding that everything that's happening around you is happening for you, not to you, everything that exists that appears to be a struggle or a challenge is in fact medicine for you, or a gift for you, or something that isn't forcing you to unwrap a layer of yourself to get a deeper understanding of why you could be experiencing this event, this hard time, this challenge. And equally, the opposite is true. Great stuff happens, and you also have attracted that through your beautiful, loving, compassionate, and heartfelt ways. So the body, the mind, and the soul is a magical combination that works together to help you find your way on your soul's journey.